States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amanda, would you like to pray today, please? Thank you.
Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for your many blessings. We thank you for watching over our county, Lord, and watching over us with this coronavirus that has come around. Lord, we just thank you for protecting us and keeping us all safe. Lord, we just pray today that you'll watch over the commissioners and help them to make the decisions that they need to make for our county. Lord, we pray that you will just keep us all safe and be with us. And Lord, we thank you and thank you for all your blessings. In your name, amen.
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 Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Mike. Welcome back, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate it. All right. There's a total of 5 of us here today, including Brian behind the camera. Appreciate everyone being here. And Mike, you got some well-deserved rest. Well-deserved rest. And appreciate you being back. And it's good to see you. That's right. So we're glad that you are. All right, we got to do the approval of the minutes from May the 12th, April the 28th, and I'm going to have to vacate the chair, but go ahead and make some motions here, and we'll get those out of the way.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of May 12th.
All right, and I will vacate the chair to second that motion.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Crabtree?
Abstain.
Okay. And item 1A? We approve the minutes of April the 28th as well.
Motion to approve.
I will vacate the chair to second that motion.
Mr. Crabtree?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Abstain.
In the matter of request for appropriation of funds,
Are there any questions or comments in regards to fund appropriations? Hearing none.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Crabtree?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of approving payment of the regular schedule of accounts for the various funds, moral obligations, and the then and now certificates in the total of $101,744.26.
Are there any questions or comments in regards to item 3? Hearing none.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Crabtree?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of request for appropriation transfer of funds,
Questions or comments in regards to item 4? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Crabtree?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye. Okay. Those are the agenda items for today. Sorry for the short agenda, but this is our first Thursday back for a few weeks now. We are back to two times a week meetings on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:30. And is there anything further, Mrs. Coleman?
I have nothing at this time.
Mr. Crabtree?
Nothing.
Any questions from the press?
Not on the agenda.
Hmm?
Not on the agenda as of yet.
Not on the agenda, okay. Questions off the agenda?
I have from Sin Mackley, the commissioner's relationship with the sheriff's office has often been contentious. With the new administration coming in early next year, what improvements would you like to see in your relationship with the sheriff's office?
While contentious, it has remained professional. I would like to see improved communication between the two offices, improved cooperation between the two offices, and just an overall better relationship. Any comments from you or Mike?
Well said.
Okay.
Mark Craycraft, SOMC is now testing every person before surgery. They report performing 50 new tests per day. With that increase in testing, are you surprised that our COVID numbers have remained unchanged for several days?
I don't know if surprised would be the word I would use. I'm happy that they haven't changed. I think that we've done a very good job in our area of flattening the curve, and it's good to hear that they're increasing the testing, especially in that arena. It was very important financially for SOMC as well as KDMC, all of our area hospitals, to be able to go back to elective surgeries, so that, you know, those are major revenue sources for them. So they're doing the testing. We're still lacking in testing in this area. As much as we're glad to know that the numbers are not going up, there is a severe lack of reagents still. The state, of course, and it makes sense, whether we like it or not, they're focusing on hotspots for those reagents to do that testing. That makes absolute good sense. If we had a lot of illness in our area, which we do not at this time, we don't have the hospitalizations. We do have a probable right now. 12 of our people, they have all recovered, but we would like to see more testing, especially I'm very interested in hearing about the antibody testing. Who all has had it is the big question. I think that's going to be a powerful piece of knowledge moving forward. And the sooner they ramp up the antibody testing, I think the better we're going to be. We've just been extremely blessed that we haven't had the number of illness, sick, really sick people from coronavirus in our area, and especially in our most vulnerable population. So I know that's more than what he asked, but it's definitely a step forward, and I'm not shocked. It's just we're pleased that we're not seeing that bump.
Sin Mackley again. Will we see any of you dining out on a patio this weekend, and any suggestions?
Oh my. I haven't thought that far ahead.
I haven't either.
I really haven't. We usually, my wife and I make our decision on what we're going to eat the day before. So no, I don't know if I'll be out this weekend. We have a little bit of meat in the freezer yet that we need to eat, so we're going to be doing that. But any suggestions would be, I know that the restaurants, and just talking to some of the owners, are working really hard to try to figure that out, where they can have the outside dining where it's applicable. But it's a challenge. I know that in the city, they have to have a permit to do that in most cases if they don't already have an outside dining area. So they're working, and I know the city's working with them to get that done. So recommendations is follow the state guidelines, ODH, what they've said as far as how to do that. I know that the restaurants are working with our local health department to be safe and to fulfill all those obligations, and that would be our recommendation.
From Mark Craycraft. Will the
Yes.
commissioners hold union negotiations and contracts that expire this year until the new administration and the sheriff's office has time to review?
We haven't looked that far down the road yet, but government doesn't stop it does not cease to work just because there's been a transition. Those would continue on as scheduled and as agreed upon by the bargaining unit and in this case, an elected official.
From Daryl Buck Music, with the virus and lack of funding, how is the county doing financially?
Financially, the county's strong. We continue, our revenues is good, but really the bump from this, or should I say the dip from this, we really won't see that for a couple months yet. We are staying very connected to the Department of Taxation through CCAO, and as well as our own investigation, our own work, and you can go online and see a lot of that. But we're right now the county's doing well. We have reserves. We will have to wait and see exactly what the impact is as we go down the road. But as we talked last week, we're urging our fellow elected officials to tighten the belt, and they're doing that, and everybody's done a wonderful job. We've never stopped working, so we've continued to have operations, and when you continue to have operations and you're continuing to do the functions of those departments, you continue to have operational cost. But we're keeping that to a minimum where we're able, and of course there's been a reduction in cost in some areas as a result of the COVID. Of course, jail operations, things like that, we will have seen some of a drop in operational costs. So in a way, those are positive things. But once things start returning to normal, we'll start seeing those costs rise, and as those costs rise is when we'll start realizing the dip in revenue at the same time. So it's all, let's see how it goes. We just don't know yet, and I hope that answers the question, and as soon as we do know, we'll be reporting those in this meeting.
That's all that's come through so far.
Okay, all right. No? Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
I have nothing at this
Motion to
time.
recess or-
Motion to recess, although we do have engineer bids. Want to let everybody know, because we don't have the press able to be here right now, Brian is going to stay until 11:15. At 11:15, we will be having bid openings for bridge demolition for the county engineer, and at 11:30, we will have bid openings for the fiscal year 2021 guardrail project for the county engineer as well. So we will be coming back on at 11:15 to handle both of those bid openings. So if nobody's ever seen that happen before in the county, here's your chance. You're going to be able to get to see the sealed bids broke, and those be read aloud by a member of our engineer staff, and those being referred to the county engineer for disposition. So here's your chance. All right. So normally we have the press in the room, and that's not able to be done right now. So we will be doing this on Facebook, and that's it. So do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to recess.
Recess, I'm sorry.
And I'll second.
Mr. Crabtree,
Aye.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye. Thank you very much, everyone, and we'll be back at 11:15.